Greetings, Hope students! I'm excited to come to you this week. We're going to do things a little different. No lesson this week. And part of that's because I wanted to wait to finish our study in Colossians, which we just started, when we gather together next week, all together here at the building. That's right, this will be your last week meeting in small groups in the various places you've been meeting at your leaders' houses and things like that. And that's been wonderful during COVID season because it allowed us to meet together, and yet we've decided it's time to get back together. Now, it's going to look a little different than it used to look when we gathered at the building. I want you to be prepared. We're not going to be meeting inside yet. We're going to be meeting outside, but we will get to play some games. If you're playing games like we're going to have some sport type games, we'll have 9 square, some of the stuff we used to have, and that's great, but because of the proximity, we will have to wear masks during those games. But if you don't want to wear masks, you can stand outside socially distanced and visit with your friends during some of that game activity time, or throw a frisbee, do other things that might have you at a more distance pace. But any of the games we play that are going to put us close to each other, we're still going to have to wear masks. When we have the lesson, we'll do it outside, and so we won't have to wear masks as long as we're sitting in a socially distanced manner. We can spread out during that time and not have to wear masks at that season. And then we have a big enough property that groups will just take their lawn chairs. We're still asking you to bring a lawn chair and sit in socially distant circles. But it puts our community face to face again, starting to interact on property. Eventually we're going to move in the building, but that will require more restrictions based off the COVID season that we're in. So we're going to stay outside as long as we can. But I'm excited to do this. So what does that mean this week? You're going to gather with your small groups. You don't even have a lesson to discuss. What does that mean? Well, you know what? I just want you to spend this week celebrating your small group, right? We're going to be a larger group, and you're still going to have small group time. But this has been a season where the primary thing we've had as a community has been our small group. So share with your small group. Talk about some things. Have some targeted things. Talk about your best memories during the COVID, right? Like some of us really focus on negative things, and we're talk about like the things that how we haven't liked about COVID, but what has gone well during COVID? What has small group meant to you during COVID? Share these thoughts. Maybe talk about like just when you talk about what God does in your life, let's spend some time, maybe talk about your favorite Bible verse, why it means something to you, or the first time you remember hearing the message of the gospel and what that meant to you and why. You can also just talk about silly things, share. But you got one last time with just your small group before we gather as a large group. And I want you to take that seriously. I want you to enjoy those moments, maybe do something special. I don't know. Still fit within the window of time that you have scheduled for your small group. We will be doing 6 to 7:30 when we come back the following Sunday here. So that's a little bit of a time adjustment. We're still going to require registration. So we will send those links out in appropriate timing and all of those things. But I'm looking forward to this, guys. We'll have to figure out how to make the outdoor setting work for us to the best of our ability. But I've missed having this group all together. I want you to celebrate this with me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks. Bye.